My name is Josh with Best Tax Pro, and I get calls from people who want to settle for less with the IRS or set up a payment plan with the IRS. The IRS needs to make sure that three things are true. Number one, you're not going through bankruptcy. Number two, to the best of your knowledge, you're not being audited by the IRS. And number three, you have to be current on your taxes. And that's where I come in. Because current to the IRS, according to Internal Revenue Policy 5-133, you need to have filed the most recent 6 years tax returns. For calendar year 2024, that means 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, and 23. If you haven't filed those years, we can do that for you. But the first question I'm going to ask is, do you remember the last year you filed? If you don't remember, that's okay. Because the next question I'm going to say is, can I get your phone number? Because I will send you a text to some links for you to electronically sign to give me permission to do your tax returns. Called an engagement agreement. It basically protects me from everything. I always encourage people to read the entire thing. It's very thorough, but basically I would do the taxes based on the information you provide to me or that you give me permission to get from the IRS. And that's the second step, that I collect some information from you regarding your name, social security number, date of birth, street address, city, state, and zip. Then I put together a power of attorney. That power of attorney can be electronically signed, and we can set up an electronic portal for you. But that takes about 2 weeks to get into the IRS system, maybe a little longer. But if we set up that same portal and you do a wet ink signature, that is with a felt tip pen, an ultra fine point Sharpie, or with a fountain pen, that's even better because I can call the IRS and they can give me your transcripts to prepare your tax return right away. The reason why we want a super dark pen is because your signature will be sent to me. I'll print it, sign it, I'll scan it, fax it to the IRS. And that's right, 20th century fax at the IRS. That signature goes through quite a bit of image degradation. We want to make sure it's as dark as possible so they have no possibility of saying they can't read the taxpayer's signature. Believe me, I've heard that often enough, which is why I caution you about the kind of pen that you sign with the 2848 or power of attorney for. That's simply a form that gives the IRS permission to talk to me about your tax situation. I get all the tax documents from them. You've already given me permission to do the taxes, and then I use the same portal to send you the tax return results as I prepare them, along with an invoice. I accept payment via Zelle, which is a fee-free option for most major banks. Or if we go through Square, there's a 3% fee that's added onto your bill. I hope this has been helpful. I do have a standard fee schedule that I review with every one of my taxpayers, and I always give people the option, if they are self-employed, for me reconstructing expenses for what seems like an expensive fee in exchange for reducing their tax liability by tens of thousands of dollars. But if you're looking to settle with the IRS and it doesn't really matter to you how much tax you owe because you're only going to pay what you can afford to pay, I get that. So I never pressure on anybody about reconstructing expenses. But it is a very powerful tool to reduce your taxes by tens of thousands of dollars. I use one of the 9 IRS approved methods for reconstructing expenses. If you'd like to reach me by phone, the number is 763-477-4205, or you can find me on the web at besttaxpro.com. There's also a link beneath this video if you'd like to schedule a free 30-minute consultation to go over how I might be able to help you save on your taxes or help you work things out if you owe the IRS back taxes. I hope this has been helpful. My name is Josh with Best Tax Pro, and I hope to hear from you soon.